Welcome everybody. Today we're talking about master the fundamentals. What are the fundamentals? The fundamentals are progressive overload, exercise format, RIR, reps in reserve, and technique. Today we're going to be talking about technique a little bit more. In the previous videos, I've covered these three right here: progressive overload, exercise format, RIR. Not going to go too much in detail today, just going to cover it briefly with those three. But if you combine the 3 plus 1, right? 3 plus 1, master the fundamentals. These guys right here, you're unlocking your gains. Let's talk about technique a little bit more today. So in every sport, you have these mental cues, right? So let's say, I don't know, what is it, fencing or whatever, that thing, like there's a certain technique to it, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Like, right. So when you're lifting in the gym, you know you have to mentally cue some things like big chest, for thoracic extension, for spinal straightening, right? You don't want to be in flexion and put yourself at risk to slip a disc or pinch a nerve. So you have these mental cues to put your body in the best position to get the stimulus, the work to the targeted muscle. In every sport, let's say basketball, for example, like, you know, you got your free throw, you got these angles with the elbow, the arc. There's mental cues to get you to where you need to be, body position. So you have mental cues. Today, at the very end of the video, I'm going to do a max push-up, see how many push-ups I can do with these mental cues. Okay, so the next thing, talking about technique, we got tempo. So you could do a 2-2-2-2, right? So you got 4 twos, you got 2 seconds, 2 seconds, 2 seconds, 2 seconds. So this would be a really slow rep. This would be 2 seconds to top on the squeeze, right? 1, 2, and then you begin the lowering phase right here. So you got the top right here, T for top, and then you got the lowering phase, or the eccentric, the stretch, the downward, 2 seconds, 1, 2, right? And then you're at the bottom, right? You're at the bottom, so we'll do D for bottom, another transitioning phase, focusing on the stretch, the mind-muscle connection right here for 2 seconds, and then you're gonna go up for 2 seconds. So boom, 1, 2, right? They call this the concentric or contracting phase right here, 2 seconds on the way up. So boom, put a C there for contracting, concentric. So that's it right there, 2 seconds on the way up, 1, 2, and then you're back to the top for a 2-second hold, 1, 2. Mind-muscle connection, thinking about the muscle connection, the nerve, the central nervous system to muscle connection in the pec fiber. If you want to grow, you got to bring the focus, right? If you guys want gains, serious gains, results, and you want to look different, well, you got to do things differently. And right here is the best place, working on the fundamentals right here, the fundamentals. So you got body position, right? Big chest cue, big butt cue. Let's say you're doing a squat, right? Well, how do you do a squat? You mentally cue these things, right? Big chest, big butt, boom, and then you sink down. More mental cues. I'll get into more depth, detail, exercise technique videos later on, but right now, we're just gonna go over the basics, the fundamentals. So you wanna think about body position, tempo, mind-muscle connection, range of motion, right? You wanna go all the way down on the push-up, make sure your pecs, your chest hits the floor, and then you go all the way up. We're not doing no half reps, you know, no. We're gonna do full range of motion, think about the stretch and the squeeze, right? You can use this right here if it helps you with tempo. If you do change tempo from week to week, your reps and sets will be a little bit off, so it's nice to be consistent with it. I suggest using this right here to keep you on track with tempo in the gym. So here we go, the last thing right here is breathing and bracing. Breathing and bracing, so a lot of people forget to breathe in the gym. They'll be like this. Right? There's a time and place for that actually, where you want to hold your breath. Very advanced technique strategy, but you don't want to hold your breath on every rep because you'll pass out. You want to keep your oxygen and blood flowing. So yeah, breathing in the gym is very important, and it should go with tempo, right? So on the way down, you know what I'm saying? And then you can think about bracing like a scale. So a 10 brace would be like this: into the nose, into the mouth, bracing at the core. You want to think that on a squat, right? So if you're doing a heavy squat, let's say 2 reps, going all out, 2 reps, you want to go, right? And then exhale on the way up. So these are the things that you want to be thinking about for technique right here. You got your starting 5. So you got body position, tempo, mind-muscle connection, range of motion, breathing / bracing, and that's all that right there. So if you combine the 1, right? The 3 that we've already covered right here in my previous videos, you combine these 3 right here with the 1, you'll master the fundamentals. Now if we take a look right here at week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, we got push-ups, right? As the only exercise. In my programs, obviously I'm not gonna have one exercise for one day. I'll have a list of exercise prescribing you the right amount, the right dosage for each muscle group. So you know the push-up, the main activation, the stimulus is going to the pecs, right? That's the target. Yes, there are secondary muscles working like your triceps and shoulders, but you want to be thinking pecs, right? You want to be thinking stretch, mind muscle connection in the pecs. So boom, I'll be prescribing you the right amount of volume. Everybody's different out there. Slight adjustments can be made. So join the Discord if you want more communication with me. If things aren't working right, I have a Discord coming out and these 5 programs coming out. So stay tuned with me. So right here on the push-ups, you'll be doing 2 on the first week, right? Just as an example right here for 1 exercise. But in my programs, I'll be having a list of exercise on every day, every week with all of this applied. So you don't have to, worry or stress about any of this. All you have to focus on is this right here. All you have to focus on is technique. I can't be there in the gym doing that for you. So mental cues, big chest, big butt, going down all the way, the tempo, those things you want to be thinking about in the gym. But right now, I'm covering the basics right here. So you have 2 sets for your pecs. Week 1, day 1, Monday. Push-ups is the exercise, right? Exercise format. If you don't know what I have listed right here, go to exercise format video at the end of this video. I'll have it there for you. So boom, week 1, day 1, Monday. Push-ups, body weight is the load or weight, just using your body weight for 20 reps. That's 1 set. And then 20 reps, that's the 2nd set. So muscle group, you did 2 working sets right there, 2 working sets. Now on this week right here, week 2, day 1, Monday, push-ups, body weight, you went up on reps, 2 reps, right, on the first set. Then you went up another 2. And then you added a set right there. So you had 3 working sets. And then we're gonna fast forward here and go to the very end on week 4, and now you're 5 working sets. So week 1, you were just doing this, but now look at what you're doing, right? So stimulus fatigue ratio, stimulus work, fatigue. I'm gonna be trying to minimize the amount of fatigue. You can't get around fatigue, it's gonna accumulate no matter what, but you want the fatigue to go to the right place. You want it to go to the specific muscle group. So boom, this is the video here right now, covering the fundamentals, progressive overload, exercise format, RIR, subjective effort scale is RIR, reps in reserve. It's personal subjective effort scale. Only you know how many reps in reserve you have. So 4, 3, 2, 1, that means you're going pretty hard on that last week right there. So all of this is in my program. If it's confusing you guys at all of this in my programs. I'm here to take away the worry, the stress about all of this. Just remember though, in the gym, you gotta focus on that technique first. Work on the fundamentals. The key to unlocking your gains are right there. So boom, as I said, I'm gonna do a max push-up right here, as many push-ups as I can do on 1 set. I'm going to 0 RIR, traditional push-up here, going down all the way, going all the way up, focusing on the technique, all those starting 5 mental things going on. I'm gonna be doing that today. So join me on a 0 RIR technical failure push-up. And the only thing that's gonna be changing here, is tempo, right? You don't want your body position to change, because then that's when you're breaking technique. The only 2 things that change here are tempo. So I'm gonna be slowing down as I get closer to 0 RIR. Tempo will slow down right here. And what's gonna slow down is my breathing and bracing. So I'm gonna brace a little bit harder towards the end of these reps. So stay tuned, see how many push-ups I can do at 0 RIR, technical failure training. Join me right here, right now. How many push-ups? So to get ready for this challenge, what I'm sipping on right now, cold brew, pumpkin spice, Starbucks, a little bit of whipped cream in there, just because I like pumpkin. You guys like pumpkin? Because I like pumpkin. Today's challenge, see how many push-ups I can do.
He's getting ready to pick some pumpkins.
I got a number in my, no, I'm doing push-ups right now, Mom.
You're training for picking pumpkins. Well, you're eating pumpkin.
This is what we went over today.
Oh. I don't know, I can't read that. All right.
Anyways, I'm gonna do some push-ups.
Lot of information.
How many push-ups can Shane Wokes do?
I don't know.
Take a guess. How many do you think I could do, Mom?
100.
100? Mm-hmm. All right.
You could do 100 sit-ups.
This is what we do to warm up at Soft and Sturdy. We do a little bit of these guys right here, you know what I'm saying?
I better get a seat.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20,
21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27,
Oh my
28,
goodness.
29, 30,
Ooh,
1,
dig,
32, 33,
dig.
34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42,
Ooh.
43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49,
Ah!
50,
Ooh.
51, 52,
Ooh.
53,
Go!
54,
That was good.
That's failure.
That's how you do it, man.
Myoset, quick recovery. Cool thing about working out,
Oh no.
You can go right back into it.
Hell no.
now that's a different method of training. That's a myoset. If you want to know about these sets, supersets, drop sets, down sets, myosets, straight sets, occlusion training. All those.
Oh,
Next time, maybe if you stay tuned, a couple months from now, let's see how many push-ups I can do. But boom, I'll beat that next year. I'll beat that in a few months.